So this is a vintage highlight between Pau Gasol and Chris Paul, two pretty different star players in recent NBA history. And this is towards the end of a regular season game. Pau Gasol gives a little European pat at the back of the head to Chris Paul. Chris Paul obviously takes exception to that. He thinks that Pau Gasol is sunning him in some way by doing that, and Chris Paul goes right back at his head to do the same thing. And at first glance, when this happened in real time, I thought this was perhaps a moment of cultural differences between a European player and an American player. But taking into consideration situation, time, and place, maybe there was a little bit more to it than that. So, this was one of the first games of the lockout shortened 2011-2012 season. And we got to remember, just about a month ago, the Lakers were trying to trade Pau Gasol for Chris Paul in a three-way deal that fell through because the league decided to veto that trade, and Chris ended up being a part of the Clippers, and Pau Gasol was left still on the Lakers. So awkward feelings all around. Of course, Blake Griffin, exciting new player at the time, just came off a rookie season where he won NBA Rookie of the Year and was named to the All-Star team. And by adding Chris Paul to the Clippers, what's known now as the Lob City era was in full effect. And these Clippers, as they've continued to try to do since this time, have been wanting to overtake the Lakers in the city of Los Angeles. So we have tense moments like this between Meta World Peace and Blake Griffin. Yeah, a guy with the words World Peace on the back of his jersey is starting shit on the basketball court. Can't make this stuff up. Well, this little moment in this game only seemed to escalate things amongst these two teams, and the scraps didn't end there. There were several other moments throughout the end of this game that involved niceties, let's say, between the Lakers and the Clippers. Nice little spin move, throw it behind the back of his head by Blake Griffin right there. But as we'll soon see after this putback dunk by Griffin, that there were continued tensions between the Lakers and the Clippers in an early regular season game that really didn't have too much writing on it other than personal pride. And like I said, the Clippers have always tried to be casted out of the shadow from the Lakers in Los Angeles. A nice little flagrant foul there. Reggie Evans and Josh McRoberts getting into it. Double technicals, and I think another technical there by Josh McRoberts, which gets him kicked out of the game. Meta World Peace didn't like that. Goes to Reggie Evans and calls him soft. And it was a close game down the stretch. Kobe doing what he does, hitting threes, getting buckets, being the sniper that he is. A three by Meta World Peace that he enjoys thoroughly. And by the end of it, the Lakers had it wrapped up, and that's when this moment came between Pau Gasol and Chris Paul. So was it just misunderstanding between a European player and a scrappy American superstar? Maybe, but they did get traded for each other a month ago. The Clippers are always trying to take it to the Lakers. It's a city rivalry. It's what we call the hallway series, so there's bound to be tension. So maybe there was a little bit more to it than just cultural differences. I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's by asking Pau Gasol and Chris Paul.